Yo, welcome. It's the Juice Podcast. We're streaming from two places. I will be entertaining you guys for about an hour or so, maybe two if I can get enough people to come through. Just waiting for this shit to load. There we go. So there, I'm muted. Forgot how to do this shit. It's been like so long that I've done this. Hold on. Yeah, so there we are. Now I can read comments and stream and all that other shit. So, yo, welcome to the juice. Yo, can someone please comment and let me know if you can hear me so I can go from there? If you guys can't hear me, please let me know so I can fix everything going forward. Yeah, just holy shit. Let me tag everyone so you can check it out. It says you can hear me, so just wanted to explain a couple of things. If you would like to join the live chat, please um send me a thumbs up on the chats below. We can join you, talk shit for an hour or two. Cause yeah, I can't entertain all y'all by myself. I get bored pretty quick. So let's give it like 2 more minutes and then I'll start talking more shit. Uh, if you want to join, copy that link and paste it in like your Google Chrome or whatever you're using, Safari or whatever, and then it will ask you if you want to join the room, and then you can make a username for yourself and join and talk all the shit. Yeah, I've got like a few topics I wanted to talk about today, so but yeah, we've I know we've been like not doing this for a while. Just Profane and I were in school and a lot of stuff in life kind of caught up and kind of had to take a back seat to some certain things. But now like everything's coming back. Like we really appreciate the feedback and the love and the every week, yo, when are you guys coming back? Like so much shit has happened. Like, like we really appreciate all that. It's actually gonna be the Juice's fourth birthday this year. This month, sorry. This month it's gonna be 4 years of y'all allowing me to talk shit on a weekly basis. I don't know who let you guys do like make you want to do that, but I really appreciate it. So I think we tagged everyone. Let me see who else is here. You know what? Where's Tash when you need her? Like Tash could like fucking bring the whole fucking like city up in this bitch. Who else can talk a lot of shit? We should try to get Amanda Taylor on here for an interview. You can also watch this episode on youtube.com/the kid vision. You'll actually be able to see all the YouTube comments popping up on screen. Just Facebook won't let me share it on StreamYard. But yeah, just to let you know, like certain things, you can join. Um, yeah, but yeah, so the reason why it's looking so shitty right now is because we're just testing some shit out. We'll be on our A game when we officially launch, but I just wanted to get back into the feeling of things and just talking shit. It's been about a couple of minutes now, so I know you guys don't want to hear me talk. You've come here to hear me talk shit. Um, but let's just give it probably 2 more minutes, and then I'll see how far I can go just talking shit on my own before I get bored. Oh, Nene, you gotta add your friend to the juice, and I'll let her in. I'm actually gonna speak on something that I have no right to speak on, but I was trying to get a parent to come join the chat so we could at least have a conversation to understand. Oh, yo, I was hitting them high notes last night at White and Emerald, man. Um, yo, that party was crazy. They were playing some old tunes. Yeah, I think Erica, shout out to Erica, got some footage of me acting a fool. I think Friday, Nazi, shout out to Nazi. Nazi had some footage of me acting a fool. Jeffro's got like terabytes of me acting a fool. He's probably got like his own personal like hard drive just of the Kid Vision. That man better burn that shit when I die, bro. Like for real. Yeah. But yeah, well, once the parents join in the fucking the chat, man, trying to talk some shit. Trying to get more insight on some shit. But it is a pretty serious topic, but we'll probably add a little flavor to it. I hope no one tries to kill me. So but anyways, let's get it started. And if anyone wants to join and add their 2 cents or think what's going on or think about their opinion, I'm really open to it. I want to hear it. So what I'm wondering is like, I don't know if maybe it's just because of like social media. Social media has kind of been like, whatever. Social media makes things more visible than it's been before. But I was just always wondering like what's going on with like all these missing kids. Like every day, like I log on to like Facebook or Instagram, there's like someone's daughter is missing or some group of like they're like those black kids, the younger black kids that were missing the other day. And like what is going on? Like are these kids like actually being trafficked, or are these kids like just running away? um if anyone has any type of insight onto it is as to what's going on, like I would love to hear it. um because it's just every day I log in, it's just like, yo, Stacy's missing, Emily's missing, and I'm just like, oh, how are all these kids fucking missing? And like sometimes these kids are like from Kitchener and they're going missing in like Brampton or like Sauga or whatever. So it's just like I've always wondered what was going on. All right, we got people joining the juice. We got people joining. I'm getting bare likes and responses to join. So yeah, what I'm trying to wonder is like what's going on with all these kids? Like are these kids running away, or I just know from back in my day, like you had to be in by a certain time, and like you couldn't do certain things and whatever. Like we had cell phones, but like it wasn't that big. Like yeah, you'd see like the odd kid going missing, and next they're hanging out with some grown ass man. But like it's like now it's like getting fucking crazy. Like how are you parents like talking to your kids about this shit, or are you even having these conversations with your kids about street safety, stay alert, stay safe? I think they need to bring back those commercials with them two bunnies telling you about common sense, not talking to strangers, and a whole bunch of foolishness. Because like it's wild. It's wild how all these kids are just like they're just always going missing. If there's any parents that want to join the conversation and let me know what their perspective is, because I don't have kids, right? So I know it's kind of pointless for me to talk about, but it does seem like it's a big thing going on, and I'm just wondering like where are all these kids? What's going on with them? I think I'm the only man watching the stream now. So yeah, but we'll sit here and wait a bit. If not, we'll end the episode early. But it's crazy because like when I log off, everybody's gonna come on and start messaging me. Yo, I missed the stream, guy. What the fuck? Like so. Oh shit, we've got our first joiner. What up? What up?
Chilling,
Chilling.
chilling. Trying to
So
get Mercy in here. What should I answering?
so what's your take on the missing kids, the missing children?
Honestly, a lot of them in like Hamilton are running away. But like I don't know about Brantford and everything, but like there's been I agree. There's been every day I open Facebook. There's like 2 or 3 kids missing.
Mhm.
It's scary. Like I don't even want my kids to go to the park. Like they used to. My older ones used to go to this park by themselves, and now I'm just like, no, I don't.
You know what's crazy? When you work at a hotel, right? When you work at a hotel, you gotta do trafficking training.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, when you work at a hotel, you gotta do trafficking training. So basically, like they tell you what to look out for. Any job that is like with travel or kind of like resort reservations, any type of shit like that, like you have to do some sort of human trafficking training. So like if you go on a flight, like they can actually kick you off of a plane because like you're kind of looking at, you know, you're looking out of place. If you're traveling with some random strange man, you don't even look like you're enjoying yourself and you're on the plane, like they're gonna be like, yeah, you gotta they
Yeah,
can
for sure.
report it.
But I
They
mean,
can,
like it takes common sense too, right? To like notice like certain signs and whatever.
well, yeah,
Because
like, but do you think it's because these kids have more freedoms? That's why they're like going missing now?
yeah, and I think that too many parents are allowing their kids to get away with shit that they shouldn't be getting away with.
Because like, yo, like it's
You
like
already
this.
know me, Tristan. You know how I parent. Like I don't tolerate that shit. Like any
But
kind of
these
back
kids are
talk.
having
Like I don't.
sleepovers with like opposite gender and shit, and the
Yeah,
parents are like,
no,
"Oh,
no,
this
no. We're not
is
doing that. No,
wild.
no.
It's fucking wild. These kids are having like all this shit with
But
like
even
what?
the video games are so dangerous now too, because like I feel like adults are on the video games grooming these kids too, like
Mm.
through social media and stuff like that, right?
Remember my little cousin Larry almost gave this random man his like address over on like Fortnite, and I was like, yo, you don't know this man? Like, what's wrong with you? He's like,
Yeah, and like
my friend. I'm like,
the way the technology is, like these people could be using voice changers and talking to these kids like sounding like kids, but they're really like 40-year-old men living in their mom's dirty basement.
yo, you're wild. I tell him like, yo, you can't be doing that shit. Like, oh man, show this shit. But I've just always wondered, like, it's like is it it must be something because like there's no way that your kid should be talking to grown ass motherfuckers.
No, look at the situation that just happened with my kid. The parent approached him and I was like, oh hell no. No, no. Like adults and kid, no.
Well, you know what I mean?
I don't
It's
trust nobody. Like the only person that watches my kids is my mom. Like I literally don't trust nobody with my kids.
rightfully so. I don't think anyone. I don't think anyone should really be trusting people with their kids, but like their kids with people. But it's just I've always wondered, like it's because clearly, remember back in the day, it was like a woman was like you were like top shit if your boyfriend was like what 24. Remember back
Yeah,
in
but
high
not a lot
school?
of people weren't understanding like that. It was grooming, like
Oh yeah,
back in the day, right?
yeah. A lot of people weren't understanding that kind of shit is, but it's. I
No,
think I
because
think
everybody was doing, oh, age is just a number, not realizing like what mentally how can mentally damage somebody.
age is just a number, and Bubba's just a man in a room. It's up to you. But
I'm a
like
tumbalumbo. Like, let's go there
humble, humble.
today. Let's go there today.
No, but I'm just saying, like, okay, like
Ah, here you go. I knew
my
that one would make
sister's
you laugh.
20 something, right? My sister's 20 something. If she decided to date someone that was older than her, to
I
be
feel like
honest,
that's different though. Like they're 20, she's 20 something. She's not a kid.
even though your brain's not fully developed, the way I see it is like, yo, if again, it's not my business to judge. right? I don't judge people. But now if you're 40 years old or 45 and you're like, hey, you're 19, come let's chill. Like, nah, we good. It's disgusting. Like it's
No,
weird.
that's like daddy issue behavior.
What's daddy issues, right? So it's like it's crazy. It's wild. Like it's just I don't know, but I don't think we see too many age gap differences in the relationships that we see outside.
More or less, not so much now as like maybe like 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago.
Mhm.
So I feel like that's like the time that was like really prevalent. It was like 10, 15 years ago. And even myself, like I went through it. Like that stage in my life, I went through it. Not gonna lie.
I think
I
everyone.
mean, looking back at it now, like where I'm at my age now, I'm just like, why? Like I see how wrong it was now, but like then I didn't see it as wrong, right?
But I think we a lot of us don't see certain things as wrong until after the fact. Like again,
Yeah, because I'll admit I was young, right? So like, I
a lot of
mean,
these girls are like 13 and they're hanging out with 25-year-olds and then they thought it was so cool, but then now it's like absolutely not. But are you gonna but again, the problem
would
is
I
I
allow
think
my kids to do it? Hell no.
hell no, but I think
Hell
it's
no.
certain things that you shouldn't I think it's certain stories that it's certain I think when you're talking about your youth, like younger people, because they're impressionable, I think there's certain things you should omit from when you're telling these stories because you kind of romanticize certain things inadvertently. And when you romanticize things, like people think it's okay.
Yeah, like you know what's funny is me and Mercy left after hours last night and we were actually on the phone with each other driving home and we were kind of talking about this subject, and like we were talking about how things used to be safe back in the day. Like when we were kids, we could go ride our bikes. We wouldn't have to really worry about anybody stealing us or anything like trafficking and stuff like that. And like now it's so prevalent that it's like these kids, even if we wanted to give them the freedoms that we had when we
No,
were their
it's
age, we
a
can't.
different time now. There's too many
Yeah,
fucking
we can't. We can't do that. Like that's why I feel like a lot of these kids are so on social media because us parents have to literally be with them at all times with them being outside because like it's a scary place now.
I remember one time when I was younger, there was these two weird guys, and they literally came to the school, like when school was done, and they're like, "You guys want to like play with our pet rats?" And blah blah blah. And this guy had like a rat on his shoulder and showing all the kids and shit. And they're going up to everyone's going up to this guy like, yo, it's so cool. We should totally like hang out, like blah blah blah. And this guy's just being weird. Like, but I was raised better than that, right? So I'm like, why are you guys talking to this creepy white man with you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I was raised the same way.
And
My
then the
mom's like that.
next day we get a notice from like Toronto police saying, oh, there's two sex offenders living in like the neighborhood.
Yeah,
And I'm
it's.
just like, bro, you guys are like all cozied up with a fucking molester over a rat, bro. Like, what's wrong with
Do
you?
you think the neighborhood watch had any like positive impact on like how
Yeah, because
our
back in the
like
day,
yeah, when you'd
remember,
see that
they
thing in the window, you know you could go knock on their door if anything was wrong.
will knock on their door. But again, the sense of community has been lost. Because remember, back in the day, your neighbors could pull you up, and your mom wouldn't say nothing.
Exactly.
Because like, at the end of the day, do it now, or the police will do it for you. But now it's like,
I
who the
still
fuck are you?
to be honest, like with my neighbor, I'm still very much like that. Like if you see my kids doing something wrong, correct it. Simple as that.
But
Like I don't care. Like
I think
correct it.
it's
Like if it's
everything.
certain, like but like you see the situation that happened at my kid's school on Monday or whatever,
Yeah,
that I'm not okay with because I don't know who you are as a human being. I've never met you. Whatever you know what I mean. You as a parent went up to, like attacked my child, like physically and verbally. Like
it's one thing if you verbally reprimand someone else's child, right? But then it's like
yeah,
when you start putting
but
your
you
hand,
also got to make sure you're not crossing a line when you're doing that.
and again, and that's the thing. And even when it happens with people's children, especially, one thing I will say is like all logic and feelings go out the window when it involves someone's child or a child in general, because there's no talking. You can't go and say, "Oh, your kid can't go up to you and say, oh, so and so touched me,' and you come and say, "Oh, like let's talk about it because I want to make sure what's going on." No, You're gripping motherfuckers up and slapping them up and blah blah blah. And if it turns out it's one big misunderstanding, you'll cross that bridge when you get there. But there's no talking when it comes to children.
Yeah, no.
It's
Especially approaching
crazy
like
how people don't understand this. Like I've told people like you can't be putting your hands on people's children. Like what the fuck's wrong with you? He's like, yo, why I have to do this? I'm like, bro, you're lucky he didn't come here. Like his dad didn't come here and beat the shit out of you.
like okay, like if it's one of my close friends, like say Mercy or something, and like she had to like not physically like, especially I know she would never physically put her hands on my kids or anything like that, but if she had to tell them off, by all means, I'm not going to be mad at that because if you like I said, if you see them doing something wrong or they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing, correct it. Because if I don't see it and you see it, correct it.
Yeah, it's like it's crazy. It's the way that we just. I think it's just the way everyone raises their kids. I think again, I think we
There's
have
a
to get.
lot. There's a lot of lack of parenting. I feel like in this generation, like my
Yeah, but
kids,
these
like
kids be telling their teacher, "You can't tell me what to do."
yeah, it's true.
And then when you try to explain to these kids, like, yo, it's they're that's an adult. Like, you need to listen to them when they're telling you certain things. They're not telling you nothing wrong. They're just telling you whatever. Nah, I don't have to listen to you. My mom, blah blah blah. Oh, bro, we used to dread calls home, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I go through it with my oldest son, right? So he's got ADD and a bit of, or ADHD and a bit of ODD, right? So like I do deal with that with him within the school and whatever. But I mean, it's all about how the school and the parents are going to work together to figure out a solution when it comes to that kind of stuff, right? And like with the school setting and stuff.
These kids don't give a fuck.
They really don't, to be honest. They really don't.
They don't give a fuck. I don't think they've ever given a fuck. And that's a scary part about it too. Like it's like you watch these like crime shows or whatever, and these kids are like 18 and they already caught a body, and then they already caught a body, and it's like they don't care. It's like you got 6 life terms without like parole. You're never coming home, and they're like, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like it's wild, man. It's your whole fucking life.
I mean, somebody I grew up with caught a body at 15, like it's, and like I actually just told Mercy the story today, and I was like, yo, it's actually crazy. Like it's the way that it happened, like what happened and everything, like how it happened, what happened, like it's just crazy. Like,
But yeah. But
but the trafficking thing, like I don't know if you've seen like the moms posting. Well, you probably haven't because you're not
uh,
you're near.
yeah, I've seen moms be like, "Oh, watch out! Like these kids are
People have
doing
come up to
this."
my kids or something in Walmart. Like it's
Yeah,
scary.
because remember back in the day, it used to be like, "Oh, do you want to be a model?"
Yeah, those ones in the mall where you'd have like the model set up and you'd be like, go sign your kid up or some shit like that. Yeah, my
Sign
mom
your
would.
kid up
Well,
for some
I
shit.
remember asking my mom that once. And my mom's like, "Are you crazy? That's human trafficking." Like that's straight up what my mom said to me. She's like, "I would never do that."
Like, hey, you want to be in a movie? Yeah.
My mom was so against that.
Well, my mom told me she's like, no, you're not doing that, and I'm like, why not? And she's like, because that's what they do. They
And it's
get you
crazy
in
because,
there.
like, yo, look at it. Like, we thought all those Disney stars were lit and they were having like the time of their lives and they were like having the greatest life, bro. And it turns around, half of them were like touched by like the people, like the producers and like groomed and all that shit. Like, it's
Oh
crazy.
shit,
And then
bro.
like we hit like our 20s and we're seeing these stars coming out with their biographies saying, "Oh, I was touched by this
I
person. I
kind
was
of
made this."
knew.
Like Lindsay Lohan and all that shit.
I kind of knew something was going on, especially with like iCarly. When I was like, yo, because like sometimes I'd be watching iCarly with my little sister, and I'm like, yo, why does this guy always have some sort of foot joke?
Yeah, the foot fetish guy. Yeah.
Nah, he's
Foot
always like,
fetish.
yeah. I was like, yo, bro, like every episode, there's always some foot joke in the show. Like, I was like, yo, you're weird. Then it turns out the man had a foot fetish and was just doing some weird shit, bro. It's like, but yeah, but moving on from that topic, um, there's another question. Mean mugging people in the club. Let's talk about that.
That's me. That's me.
Why do y'all mean mug people in the club? Like that's something I
I'm
really
just
want.
not friendly. That's why. Like, I mean, you already know my face just stays one way. Sometimes I smile. Most of the time I don't. I look very unapproachable.
That's crazy. Like
Tell
I
me I'm
just
lying. Like I'm not lying. Like I look so unapproachable. Like so it's not even funny.
but I get it though. But it's like when you're sitting there and it's like you're mean mugging somebody and you're sitting there and you're like, yo, like who the fuck is you? Right?
Bro, like me last night, what I was saying to you earlier, it was like, I don't know who the fuck this person's staring at. I don't know what the
It's
fuck
not
they're
even
grilling
like
me
that.
for.
Like
Like, they're
remember
grilling me. I'm like, I don't even know this girl. Like, I'm not even
yeah,
from this
we're in the
city.
corner or whatever, and Shorty's looking at us like
Like,
look.
there's three of us, and me, you, and Merce. Like, what?
I'm like, okay, why are you
Yo,
still
you and Merce were singing. The girls there grilling, and I'm like, what? Like, what is this girl
like
looking
I
at?
didn't
What's
I'm like
happening right now?
I'm like I've never talked to this woman that way in my life. Like, jeez, if you like me, you can come say hi. Like, it's not that hard.
Right? Like, me and Mercy aren't gonna bite you. Like, the fuck? Like half the time we were like, yo, we turn around, you're God. We're like, where's this guy? This guy's
But
just
I
God
just don't get it.
wandering.
Like, I think it's because you're so like I'm not gonna say you're bored at a party, but I think it's because a lot of times like a lot of people aren't dancing and stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like some
There's
people
nothing to really else to really look
yeah, I
at.
don't think people are really paying attention. I don't really think people have been paying attention for certain things and they'll just like stare into space. So it's like, you're sitting there and you're just like, okay, like what ifs. But yeah, we're on this live. I think I'm the only one left. But
I'm gonna hop off because I gotta go tidy
but
some shit up.
I just wanted to test this shit to make sure that it's still working. So I'm really appreciative for everyone that came on. And yeah, thanks for joining this thing and yeah. But I really hope that no one comes on after the fact and be like, yo, we didn't see the live stream. Cause I'm be like, bro, you had me sitting there for like 28 minutes, floundering like a fish.
Okay, I'll holler at you.
All right, peace.